really sticky, hot, humid day. So I kind of waited till the second half of the day to get out here. That way I can catch the evening cool off to get some of the stuff that I want to do done. And I wanted to check on our apple trees. If you remember, a couple years ago, we had planted 4 apple trees out here. And this one right here, the main part of it died, I don't know, like last winter or the winter before. And there was one side shoot that was still alive. Well, that little poor side shoot got nipped by a rabbit or something that I guess it managed to get its little baby rabbit head through our fencing and nip the top off of it. And we thought it might be a goner, but it came back again, and that little side shoot is alive, but it only has a couple leaves on it this year, so I don't think this apple tree is going to make it. The other ones are doing pretty good. You can see that one there. That's probably the best one. We actually got a couple apples, small little apples off of that last year, and that one's not so great, but it's alive, and this one's doing okay as well. Out of all of them, I think only one of them has an apple this year, and that's this one. And I wonder if we don't maybe have some issues where we don't have enough cross-pollination going on. So I don't know, but I want to check on this guy and make sure we get this apple before any of the bugs do. And I don't think maybe it's quite ready yet. I think maybe I'll give it another few days to a week, and then I'm going to pick that one. It'll be our one and only bountiful apple harvest this year. Fantastic. Tell you what, it is getting really kind of dark and cloudy, hazy. I hope it isn't going to rain. We are supposed to get rain later today, but I was thinking maybe not till like 7, 8 o'clock. I told you guys in the last video that we were slated to get fiber internet. We've had DSL, really slow DSL internet since we moved here. So it was pretty darn exciting because my upload speed increased 100 times, which is insane to even think about. But we did have to go through and smash down some of our gardens so they could get in there and do the install and all that. But whatever, crappy little garden. Not even going to talk about crappy little garden today because it is what it is. And we got fiber, so that's awesome. But I do have something actually a lot more exciting, I hope, that I'm going to do today, and that is I'm going to start cutting down the wheat. The wheat is ready to harvest, and yet again this year the wheat wasn't dense enough. So my options for harvesting it are pretty much about the same as they were last year. I would love to be able to just like run something forked through it and like pull the heads of wheat off, but whenever I try to do something like that, it just pulls the wheat roots out of the ground and get the whole wheat plant, which would be fun if I was going to like bunch it together and hang it. Oh, my arm. But I don't really have a great place to hang it right now. It's just the nature of how things are going this year, where nothing is optimal and ideal. So I'm going to be cutting it the same way I did last year. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. There again, it's just an experiment. I want to get enough for us to continue to experiment with threshing it and all that. Using, last year to thresh it, we put it in the concrete tumbler that we had modified for that purpose, and that worked really well, considering. I did end up being able to bake 3 loaves of bread, and my hope is that I'll be able to get that or more this year. So, barring this sky doing anything unexpected, I'm going to be working on the wheat today, or if I get tired, or just, because it's still kind of healing and stuff, so. Well, that was the sound of thunder. Well, that was a pretty darn good crack of thunder, and I think that's going to be it for today. Any minute now, the sky is just going to break open, and once the wheat gets wet, I'll have to wait a day or two for it to dry before I can harvest it again. Yeah, something is coming. All right, Codge. Well, I guess we're gonna call it a day on the wheat. I got a little bit done, not as much as I would have liked to, but honestly, I kind of figured with me and recovery from surgery and everything still that this was probably going to take me twice as long to do as it did last year anyway. Just do a little bit every day and then eventually I'll get there. So, but yeah, we really next year got to come up with something to plant this a lot denser, because it's going to be so much easier to cut. It's just so sparse and so many weeds in it, and I don't want to get a lot of weeds mixed in my box because I'm not threshing this right away, and I don't want any green stuff in there that could have a chance of like potentially molding or anything and ruining the weeds. So, and I'm probably going to lay this out on a screen like I did last year until I've harvested all of it, and then probably in the fall we'll thresh it. All right, gotcha, come on. We're getting one last roll around in the grass. Come on, let's get this wheat put up before we get all wet. Wow, this sky looks amazing tonight. I don't even know if you can see that at all. But there's a storm coming again, which kind of sucks because I really need to saddle a couple of the hens. I think since we are down 2 hens, the other ladies are getting some extra attention, and it shows, but they're gonna have to wait till tomorrow to be saddled. I can't really do that in the rain. So I'm going to put them up, make some dinner, call it a night, get some rest this weekend, and then hopefully maybe next week I'll have energy to do even more stuff. Gets a little better every week.
What do you see in me? Love is a dream. You know I'm way past my prime. I'm half right all the time. I'm half right all the time.